Welcome to episode 53 of the Chi-Town Shoot Wrestling Podcast. I'm Marcin, and joining me in the squared circle are Chris and David. We're coming at you from the heart of the wrestling world, Chicago, Illinois, bringing you the latest news, hottest takes, and all things WWE and AEW. Questions or thoughts, send them over to chitownshootpodcast at gmail.com. Without further ado, gents, welcome to another episode. It's been a long, snowy and cold week, but Chris, what's been new with you?
I just did a pre-show live stream of Tekken. Now I'll probably get some clips because there's some funny shit that I did.
Did you win?
Did I win, son? Yeah, I won some, I lost some.
Won some, lost some. That's good. I mean, I think that's always a good idea to come up with some new ideas before we record a show. And you just did a new segment. Why don't you talk a little bit about that and what the thought process was behind that?
I mean, I'm a fitness guy by career, and then I play guitar. So in my head, I was just like, well, if I like doing these things, why not kind of let that show in a separate segment and incorporate the wrestling thing into that? So Reps and Riffs was born, and I released that first episode, or I'll say we released that first episode or segment a couple days ago. Roman Reigns working out. Still don't know what song I want to do for the riff part, because like Natty would be cool, but I don't have any like good footage of the Rumble. Like I can't find it yet, so I'm gonna wait maybe for like a Raw clip or something.
It's got to pull from like the ESPN app, or I mean, I'm sure by the middle of the week you'll get some clips you can find on YouTube and stuff, and just use it. Or she'll come out on Monday Night Raw with this song, and I'm sure they're gonna clip that. So you'll have some opportunities.
Do Voodoo
But yeah,
Child.
Voodoo Child. Yeah, you could do the NWO Hogan.
Yeah. I mean, that should go hard. Get the boa.
David, what about you? What's new with you?
Nothing. Life.
De nada.
Chilling. Exciting week coming up.
Yeah, we got a bunch of cool things happening this upcoming week. Bloodstone Wrestling from camera guy Nick is taking place this upcoming week. It has Chris Masters on there. I think was it Gigi Dolan? Is that the one?
Yep.
Yeah. So
shit! I thought it was Gigi Allen. That'd be fucked up. You know who that is?
Well, why don't you explain to the audience who that is?
He's a infamous punk rock dude that poops his pants and does a lot of crazy shit. That would have been insane. I don't even know is he alive?
No, it's not that kind of wrestling show.
Could be.
That's the week after.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I mean, who knows? I guess we'll see when we get there.
Name like Bloodstone.
But I think they're kind of focused more on like the hardcore stuff from the sound of it.
Sounds pretty hardcore to me.
Should be fun. I mean, Coda Hernandez is going to be on there. Alfonso. Yeah, they all have matches. So that'll be great to see them again in person, live and in living color. And of course, what happened this past weekend, and this is what we're going to start the show with, is a little bit of a Royal Rumble fallout. Of course, the Rumble took place this past Saturday in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And we had a bunch of interesting events and news that took place in that PLE, including Roman Reigns winning the Men's Rumble and Liv Morgan winning the Women's Rumble. And Drew McIntyre retained his WWE Championship, and AJ Styles, as of this recording, apparently retired. which was very surprising, I think.
Fake
I don't
news.
think most folks assumed that he was going to retire, but it actually happened. So yeah, I guess guys, I just want to just talk about the Rumble and what you guys thought. Like, Chris, what were your overall impressions of the show?
Crowd sucked. That was the main thing that I think that stuck with me because I mean, like there were some good debuts that I feel just deserved a pop or some kind of reaction. Even like wrestlers that
Hmm.
showed up. Like Natty didn't get nothing for her revamp. Royce Keys, is it now?
Yep.
Yeah, he didn't get
Yeah.
nothing. Silence. Like it was like at least something, but like literally there were like moments where it was just like dead silent. I'm like, how is this
To
possible?
quote Roman Reigns, that's right, no pop.
Yeah.
Got nothing.
Yeah. So I mean, it
They
was
popped
good.
Piper
I would say,
Mode.
yeah, we got Brie mode. I feel
Yes,
like
they did.
we sure did.
That's someone from like 15 years ago, so maybe
Yeah.
they just recognized Brie. They're
I
like, who the
thought
hell's Powerhouse Hobbs?
I thought that was Bulldog and Wembley the way they went off for
Yeah.
Brie Mode.
Yeah, man.
They were probably just very familiar with like the big names of yesteryear and then current like big stars.
They're all big. The Saudis are all big Total Divas fans, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be curious to know what the viewership is in Saudi Arabia for that show. I have to ask Chad GPT.
Specifically the Rumble.
No, for Total Divas.
Hey,
Oh,
Grok.
I don't even know if they air it. I mean, maybe they do. I mean, it's online. You could, if people want to see it, you can find a way to see it. But yeah,
But
I mean,
since
David, what do you think? What did you think of the Rumble?
I enjoyed it, I feel like the crowd made it more feel like a transitional show than like a monumental show, if that makes sense.
Yeah, a little bit. And I feel like, I mean, and there was that constant debate online whether the stadium was packed or not. I think it was, but the way that they constructed that stadium with like the lights in
Yeah,
front or behind the seats made it look like there weren't any people there, and the only people
yeah,
that really stuck out were people wearing like brighter clothes.
right.
So all the people wearing brighter clothes, like you could see them clear as day, and then everyone else just kind of looked like no one was sitting there. And I was joking
Yeah.
with you about it being like the new gold dress, blue dress, because people are like, "Oh, it's full, nah, it's empty." And then they show a different angle, like, "Look, it's actually empty." Like
That
someone was sharing a picture with the green shirt guy, and they said, "Hey, look, he's not sitting next to anybody," and there were a bunch of empty chairs. And then another picture I saw, he was sitting next to like just a bunch of Saudi, men. So clearly there was, I like there were people sitting next to him. So I don't know what's going on there, but
I didn't
yeah,
I
God.
didn't like that they didn't like count down with the countdown. Like you just see them get up and everybody's phones start coming out. Like
Apparently,
the
they were
entrance.
counting down in Arabic, but
We
I
couldn't even
can't
hear it.
confirm or deny it. Yeah, maybe if they were, I guess we
Yeah,
couldn't hear it.
because it's like, like the French obviously chant in French. And
Right.
like we hear that the whole show. Same with like Puerto
Sacre
Rico or anywhere
bleu.
else.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, Chris, to your point, I feel like yeah, there like certain people that you would want to have a pop for, or like, oh, let's debut him, he'll get a pop. Like Laparca got absolutely nothing, like completely
Disrespect.
dead silence.
Dude,
Hobbs got nothing. Mr. Iguana got absolutely nothing. Zelina
right.
Vega, like it just sounded like a funeral home. Yeah, I mean, like there's a lot of
But Brie mode, baby.
yeah. That was again,
Can't believe
like I
y'all
Time
don't
of
know if
the
called
that was
that
night.
shit out.
surprising or not. I think
The
it's just
glass
because they're
broke.
very recognizable. Maybe I don't know, I don't want to presume that people don't know, like they're only interested in like older wrestlers or whatever, but people like to say that. But yeah, I mean, I think the energy was good in spots because there was energy there. Like I can't deny that there was. It's not like they were just sitting on their hands the whole time. It's just, in certain places it just wasn't, and that's it's not unique to Saudi Arabia. I'll say that. I think overall the PLE was solid. I think it was good. The best match of the night was AJ Styles versus Gunther, hands down. And I think the women's Rumble was the better of the two
I
in
think
terms of
so.
the actual Rumble itself. Like Sol Ruka, I was like sending an Instagram story, and she saw, yay, that she's the MVP of the Rumble.
Damn,
So that
Mark.
was, I mean, it's true. I can't deny
Judgment
it.
Day girls did a great showing too. I think they did
Yeah,
well on the Rumble as a whole,
I mean, I was rooting for
yeah, and
Soul.
and
especially
honestly,
Liv, but just
lived it awesome, and I think that was like the right choice. Of course, I picked Bianca because I assumed she would, because she had a hand injury. I didn't think it was that serious unless they're saving her. I think they might be saving Bianca for maybe the Chamber, and like Jade Cargill's WWE Women's Champion, so maybe they're gonna do something with that. Maybe I'm just speculating. Um, so we'll see. But let's talk about the winners because I mentioned Liv Morgan. And Roman Reigns, of course, punched his ticket to WrestleMania 42. What do you guys think about Roman Reigns winning the Rumble?
cool.
It was a good choice. I think
Uh,
they needed that star power, I guess.
do you think he needed it though? Because like we talked about how Braun Breaker could have won, or Obafemi, which I was hoping that he was gonna win, and he wasn't my prediction, but like just seeing him in the ring, I'm like, man, I hope he wins. Doesn't happen, and then Roman Reigns gets it. Um, what do you think?
They're trying to sell tickets,
Cool.
man. Roman Reigns
Yeah, I
sells
guess so.
tickets.
It's a better reaction than the one he got in Philly,
That's for
That's
sure.
very true. This is Royal Rumble redemption, I think,
and it puts him in
because
that two-time winner club.
yeah, and he deserves it. He absolutely should be one of the people who won it twice. I don't know if there'll be a person who wins a third time. Maybe Cody, because I think only Steve Austin has that honor. But I think Roman Reigns was a good decision too, even though I personally would have wanted someone maybe newer like a Braun Breaker. And of course, like the internet wrestling community, it's always like Jey Uso, someone new. He sucks. We don't want him. Oh, Roman Reigns. He's why he's too old, or he doesn't need it.
Part
What does he need it
timer.
for? Can't please him. So I
Pickle.
I think it's a solid choice. And what do you think happens for Roman Reigns like going forward? So he punches his ticket at WrestleMania 42. Who does he go after?
I mean, Punk would be the interesting one.
That seems like that would make the most sense, right? Like Drew McIntyre. I don't know about
The
that.
problem
And
is the number one prize is Drew's.
that, yeah, I mean, they still call it the undisputed title, right? Like they're, yeah, I don't know, but
That's the belt
uh,
you really want. That's the
Unless
belt Roman
there's
had.
a title change at the Elimination Chamber.
true, because it's there's no rule to say that you can't drop the belt before WrestleMania and somehow move it to Raw. I don't know. I guess I don't. I think that he's gonna like at the end of the day he's gonna face CM Punk because it does seem to make the most sense from a storyline perspective. Um, they obviously have the whole bloodline backstory, the whole Paul Heyman thing. Um, and there was some
Zebros.
little Zebros, and they're Zebros. Yeah, we can't forget that they're they voiced
Oh
two
yeah,
zebra cops, right, in
Jesus,
Zootopia.
ship it.
Yep.
Zebros. So yeah, I mean, I think that's probably the right decision, and I don't think Roman Reigns has held the world title yet, right?
Well,
He's only held the WWE championship. They made the world title because Roman
Because he couldn't
Reigns
lose
was
the other one.
yeah, because Roman Reigns was holding that shit down for like 2 or 3 years. They're like,
He
man, we
couldn't
got to get a
lose.
new belt.
And
He
then
couldn't
Seth had
lose,
second
baby.
best.
Yeah, so that'll be
Bloodline,
interesting to
baby.
see. Um, and then of course the Iron Man in the men's rumble was Javon Evans. I think he lasted like over 40 minutes in the rumble, which is pretty impressive. And he also did a really great job too, just showcasing himself as a talent. Um, did you guys feel like that was a star-making performance for him, or like does that put him in a like a good light with creative and in terms of fans and folks to actually pay attention to him instead of just being an NXT upstart?
Yeah, I think it's a good start for him.
Yeah, I imagine it
Great
helps him
start.
out. And I think anytime you have like some kind of a showing and you create a statistic that breaks a record, it puts a spotlight on him to see, oh, well, that's interesting. What else is he gonna do? Also, side note,
That's
what
true.
is the elimination chamber win guarantee?
So normally it's like the other two titles. Like last year, and I think the year before that, it was to decide who faces the other champion at WrestleMania. So I think Triple H also mentioned that both chambers are going to do the same thing, unless they change creatively. We'll see. Like putting the title on the line in the chamber for some reason. I think maybe the title will, because like CM Punk, there's no way CM Punk isn't in Chicago at the Elimination Chamber. So I don't know if he'd have an actual match for his title in at the United Center or what. But at least the two, when we're talking about the two chambers, it has been for a shot at the other belts that the Rumble winners didn't pick. So yeah, and of course we had a bunch of shocking returns. We already talked about Powerhouse Hobbs who showed up, and then they like painted over it with Royce Keys. I keep
Yep.
thinking it's Royce King, but it's Royce Keys. Did you guys expect that to happen?
Yep.
I forgot that that was a rumor, so it was kind of cool to see it.
Yeah, I mean his contract was going up, and then he jumped ship, and we'll talk about a little more about that in our last segment of the podcast. But yeah, I was excited. I was happy that he was there. I wasn't really happy about the reaction that he got because people were like, "Who?" Like he didn't really get much of a
Bunch of
reaction
owls.
from the crowds. So yeah, I thought yeah, Roman Reigns is the right choice. Javon Evans really showed himself, showcased himself. Obafemi, I mean, that was another one that they booked him really well in the Royal Rumble and showed him to be a dominant, like badass motherfucker. I think he eliminated around like six. I'm not gonna say or seven, but I just did it. Or seven wrestlers. And yeah, I legit thought they were just gonna keep coming out and it was just gonna keep chucking them over the ring until it hit like maybe 15 or 20. But smart choice. And of course, the other thing that came out of the Rumble was another masked figure involved in like the whole Vision storyline. Braun Breaker comes out as one of the first entrants in the Rumble, and then he gets basically kind of knocked out by this masked figure. Some people were speculating it was Logan Paul. Some people said it was Adam Pearce. What did you guys think it is? Who do you think it is? Seth Rollins, Chris?
Nah, it's probably
Vegeta?
not
Is that
Seth
who you're
Rollins.
pointing to? Who do you think it is?
Chris Jericho.
Nah, that definitely looked like a Logan Paul
Yeah.
face. To me, it did
It
look
didn't
like
look
a.
like Jericho's build.
Buddy
Feel
Matthews.
I feel like Jericho's a little um, bigger in stature,
I didn't see any bowed
so
legs.
I
Who
don't think
shot
it was
Mr.
Jericho.
Burns?
Yeah, honestly, it like when people zoomed in, I was like, I guess that kind of does look like Logan Paul when they were comparing like the beard part. And I don't know if he like spray tanned his hands to just make it look like it wasn't him because the hands were darker too.
He stuck his tongue out too,
So
right? It's like a Logan
I
Paul
don't know.
thing.
I don't remember that part. But yeah,
Like,
well, I guess we'll see. But I think it might be Logan Paul, maybe like just fucking him over, and they're just gonna dissolve it or do some weird thing with the Vision. Because I don't know if the Vision is necessarily like completely clicking as a group. Um, they just seem more like it's not like the Shield where they're like a unit. They just seem to be like a
Don
conglomeration
Callis
to
family.
borrow, yeah, Don Callis or conglomeration to borrow an AEW faction term. And then, of course, the women, we talked about Liv Morgan already won the Rumble. And Liv Morgan, I mean, you got Stephanie Vaquer, who I think Raquel wants to face Stephanie for the title. I don't know if she got it granted yet or not, but I could see if Raquel beats Vaquer and holds the title, and then they had that bit in the Rumble where I think Liv Morgan eliminated Raquel Rodriguez. I could potentially see that being the title match for them two. Because Liv Morgan going after Jade Cargill, that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me. But do you guys have an alternative theory to
3-on-1.
that? 3-on-1?
Yeah.
Make it like
Well,
a
I
fatal
mean,
four way, I guess.
no, just it's just gonna be Judgment Day fucking with whoever the whole time.
That's fair. So I don't know if I foresee her facing Jade Cargill. I do think that she'll be involved in the world title picture, and then the women's championship. It's got to involve like I think it's got to be like Bianca Belair or somebody like that for the women's title, or Jordan Grace. I mean, that's another one, and I'm sure they're all going to have a chamber for that uh, match at Elimination Chamber. Um, so yeah, I mean, Liv Morgan, right choice. Did you guys have anyone else who you thought maybe would have gotten away with it, or do you think Liv Morgan was the right idea?
I mean, Sol Ruka seemed like she was really steaming ahead in that
Yeah,
match.
yeah. I mean, she was definitely the MVP of the night for sure. I mean that Soul Snatcher finishing move is just so fucking cool. I just think it's like an awesome move, and it could put you in a lot of interesting spots, like creatively with that kind of move, kind of like the RKO or a super kick, you know. So definitely, I think she had the best showing. I think Charlotte Flair for the women actually lasted the longest. She, I think, lasted like 49 minutes, something like that, which is kind of crazy to think about that she basically lasted, she started the Rumble and was there through basically the whole thing and then got eliminated. But another good showing from Charlotte Flair. And then, of course, the Undisputed Championship. Did anyone think that Sami Zayn was going to win? Did you guys have any inkling that that was going to happen?
Nope.
I thought maybe because they would give it to somebody who was an Arabic dude and have him win in Saudi Arabia.
Fan
But
service.
that was my
Yeah. But
only
again,
thing. But
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, it's like Drew McIntyre. They're like, "Oh, we're in Wales. Oh, hometown crowd." I'm like, "Yeah, kind of, I guess." But like, he's from Scotland. That's like, you know, I guess when you make it super international and like, you don't see CM Punk like wrestling in Los Angeles, and they're like, "Oh, here's our hometown guy because he's American." Like, he wouldn't say that, you know. And same thing with like Sami Zayn. They're like, "Well, you know, close enough, I
Close. Yeah.
guess." Hometown hero, even though you're from Canada, which you know, so like I didn't think that he was gonna win. And again, like I don't know what the plan is with Sami Zayn going forward, if he's gonna be involved in the match. Because like he could have won the title like in Montreal when they were doing the bloodline thing, and they didn't pull the trigger. And it just doesn't feel like he has the steam behind him to actually make him be believable or people wanting him to win the title because he's already lost it so many times, you know, like the challenge. So I don't know where Sami Zayn goes from here. But it was a solid match. It was, I think, from all four, it was my least favorite. But I'm glad that Drew McIntyre retained.
I mean, they got to
And
be
of course,
building it to something
yeah,
though. Like with all these
maybe.
losses, I mean, Jesus, like they need to be building to some kind of payoff here, or is it just like, yeah, we're just gonna continue to book you to lose every single time, just because
I mean, he
you're,
was the United States champion not too long ago. Like he was. It's not like he's just been
yeah, but
shuffling
like
around in the
dangling the
lower
big
card.
belt in front of him, like he's had a couple
Right.
opportunities.
Right. He's never had the big title. And I feel like he's going to have it at least once at this point, but I don't know. I don't think he has that Daniel Bryan style following behind him, at least right now, because people are fickle and they're not interested in it right now. At least I don't think so. Um, and of course, we had the career threatening match with AJ Styles versus Gunther, and Gunther, shock of all shocks, won. And apparently AJ Styles retired, but we couldn't really tell because he was about to put his gloves down on the mat and then he picked them up and then people were
And hit his
excited.
emote.
He hit his emote and but then Triple H in the post show and was it Sam Roberts, I think was the other one. They were basically saying like, oh yeah, they talked with AJ Styles and he basically confirmed that he's not wrestling anymore. So he could have just been like, yeah, sure. And then see him at All Elite Wrestling, after his contract ends in like a week or two, like
All
Tommaso
in.
Ciampa. So we'll see.
All in.
Maybe he'll actually follow through on his yeah, all in Allen. Maybe we'll see him in AEW. Who knows? Because I think he still had a year in him, but maybe we're just, huffing that hopium a little too much and just think that it didn't end so abruptly. But I think he might
Oh,
have
so
actually
good.
retired. It's too good. They don't want
I
him to
think he
go.
actually retired because
I think
it's
so too.
like look at the last year and like the matches that he had, and it's like, oh yeah, yeah, he retired quietly.
Yeah. So of course, the Royal Rumble is the beginning of the road to WrestleMania, and the Elimination Chamber is a pit stop to WrestleMania, and that is the next PLE, which takes place right in our backyard. Not literally, of course, but at the United Center.
Damn,
And it officially less than a month away. And like, based on the results and the premise that we think is going to happen, who do you think are the six superstars, or who do you want those six superstars to be in that chamber to determine the other WrestleMania challenger for, let's say, the men? Like, who do you think should be in that chamber match?
Jacob Fatu
Fatu for
won.
sure.
fat you,
Probably Cody Rhodes, I'm assuming. Cody Rhodes has to be in there.
Sami Zayn.
Uh, Sami Zayn probably.
Randy
Uh,
Orton.
Randy Orton, yep.
How do they determine it?
Damian
Is there like
Priest.
a
Jericho.
They always do
elimination?
Damian Priest.
Is there a tournament for
I'm
these
sure they're
slots?
probably going to do a tournament or something. I'm sure. Uh, I feel
Oba
like they're
Femi.
dipping. OFME, yeah, maybe. Because like, I don't think you want to start him with the mid title. I feel like they booked him to make him look like a top title guy already.
Brock Lesnar, Royce Keys.
Breaker.
LA Knight probably. I mean, LA Knight's
We
another
got
one. I don't
nine.
know. Someone's got to go. I mean, LA Knight, Finn Balor. I mean, there's another one. Finn Balor like didn't show up. They said because the Rumble was full. Why? Because La Parka was like so important.
Yeah, you guys fucking called Laparco
For
Like
real.
that's crazy.
assholes.
Finn Balor like had this banger match with CM Punk, and then basically made it almost look like he was out on top, and they didn't do anything with him at the Royal Rumble, which I thought was interesting. But they got to have something for him. So I don't know. I don't know, but I think Finn Balor has to be somewhere in there. And then for the women, hmm. I mean, Sol Ruka is still technically in NXT, so I don't think she's going to be doing anything. Probably Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton. Uh, I'm going to say Bianca Belair because I still think she's going to
Bailey.
show up. Bailey. I think AJ Lee probably won't. I think they're gonna have her focus on the Intercontinental Championship, probably. That seems like it makes the most sense.
Elimination Chamber in
Also
Chicago,
probably,
though.
huh?
I mean, Elimination in Chicago. You're saying they would have that belt match in the Elimination Chamber?
Um, or at WrestleMania. So I'm saying like maybe she's not gonna be in the chamber because they're just gonna book her against Becky Lynch for the IC title at WrestleMania. Maybe they won't put her in the chamber. You know, I mean,
Mm.
but that seems to be also kind of stupid to not include AJ Lee because it's technically her adopted home now at this point. So why wouldn't she make an appearance in Chicago, right?
Right.
So, but they always have the thing where they do now technically like 4 or 5 matches. So I feel like one of them could be the Intercontinental Championship. So possibility, but yeah, oh, Jordan Grace probably another one too. She should probably be in the chamber. Because they also seem to be teasing this Jade Cargill thing with her too. Battle of the Big Muscle Ladies. So yeah, I mean, I think Chicago, of course, is like no. I feel like Chicago as a wrestling crowd is probably one of the best
The worst.
crowds in this in the country, and that's just not me saying it. Other people also actually say it too. Like I think it's an objective fact that we are pretty damn good when it comes to reactions. And that's why WWE always keeps giving us all these crazy ass moments that happen in Chicago. We got a CM Punk debut or a return, an AJ Lee return, John Cena's last SmackDown ever. Um, Bret Hart being
Raw
inducted into the
or The
Hall of
Rock.
Fame. Brock Lesnar also came back. I mean, a whole bunch of stuff. So, yeah, I mean, what do you think? What match do you feel like people are going to be most excited for? You think at the United Center? Is it probably the CM Punk match, whatever he's going to be in?
Yeah, he's gonna cut a promo. That's what everybody's gonna be most excited for.
Get a free pizza
Ice
like
cream.
last time? Yeah, where are the ice cream bars? Give me one of those. Free ice cream bars on the way out. But yeah, it should be good. I mean, we are going to be there. I'll also be at the Chris Van Fleet show the night before. Hopefully, they got some good people that he's going to be talking with. And we could move on to the next segment with WWE 2k26 officially revealed that CM Punk is on the main cover of the regular edition, and he's officially a two-time cover athlete. And I think the other folks who have done that, John Cena, The Rock has done it before, and Triple H. Um, I mean, what do you guys think of CM Punk being on the cover?
I'm good with it.
Woo.
You said boo?
You're-
No, I said woo.
Oh, woo.
Woo.
Woo, 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 woo. You
Who?
know
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Woo.
Woo.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm excited for it. I think I want to. I'm still kind of hesitant to see what the online looks like. I'm hoping because they're focusing on current gen and they dropped PS4 and Xbox. What was the previous gen? Series X, Series S. That's
One.
what it was called. Oh, Xbox One. Duh. They have the most fucked up like console naming stuff. It's
Mortal
confusing
Kombat
the shit out of
1.
me.
Hmm.
Yeah. Basically Mortal Kombat 1. So if the online is like decent because maybe they can just focus on one set of consoles, maybe I'll get it. And I am personally just like interested in playing the CM Punk showcase. Um, And I guess there's a specific mention of like a thing called fantasy warfare in CM Punk's showcase, and I think it's basically like dream matches that never happened in real life. So, I mean, what do you think that involves? Like, who do you think that they're probably going to pit him up against in that campaign?
Bret Hart.
Bret Hart? I mean,
Uh,
maybe.
it was as if he never left.
Uh, I think it's like just complete fantasy matches because like let's say even if he didn't leave, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, for example, I think that's probably one that they're gonna throw in there just because he's consistently said that it's like one of his favorite wrestlers of all time.
I think he would have got it if he never left. I think he would have got it around the time Owens did, maybe like a year or two earlier, if he.
That's true.
I mean, they teased it in WWE 13 or whatever it was.
When they were doing the promo, yeah,
Yeah.
the marketing promo, they were kind of talking about it. I mean, WWE 13. I mean, that came out in 2012, I think, because no, it would have been in 2013 because I thought they used to do it where it's like it came out the year before, but it's for the year ahead, but now it basically comes out the same year during WrestleMania season
Yeah.
because it used to come out in the fall. But I think, yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting. I don't know who else they would add in like as a fantasy. I mean, probably Piper, like Roddy Piper, but I thought didn't he
He didn't
wrestle
do
there?
much with Batista, did he?
I feel like he
I
must
don't
have
think
because like they were both
Savage.
active. Randy Savage probably, yeah, because like he always does an homage to Randy Savage. I think that's probably one of the top
Punk
ones.
versus Pillman would have been really good.
Yeah, Punk versus Brian Pillman. I mean, just like also on the Battle of the Microphones.
Yeah.
He's already done The Rock, so I don't think they do that one again. But it's probably
Shawn
going to be.
Michaels.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, Shawn Michaels. I feel like he must have wrestled Shawn Michaels before, right? Or maybe
Not any,
they
it did. It wasn't anything that mattered.
yeah, maybe it was like a tag team match. Oh yeah, well, I mean, yeah, he was in the Survivor Series with DX. So yeah, I
It was a
mean,
lot.
just going back to the narrative about like there in the 2K showcase, there's always them doing like a career retrospective, and they kind of go through the beats of a career. They've done it with John Cena, uh, Rey Mysterio, and they basically have you play through all the highlights of their matches. So with CM Punk, he of course famously left in 2014, and I am interested to see how they address it. Is he just going to be frank and talk about like what happened, or if they're going to gloss over it and then just be like, and I popped up in 2023 and I'm back, baby.
In an
What happened in
AEW arena.
between?
I was
Yeah.
I returned to my home planet.
Yeah, you got to return to a home planet B-roll that just kind of tapes over it. Definitely didn't wrestle in the United Center before,
Nope. They've never
or
seen
was
him
there
there.
at least twice. So how do you guys think they're gonna address that specific thing, him leaving in 2014?
Show up
I
with a
think
red
they'll say
velvet
it.
bag.
A red velvet bag?
Yeah.
Oh, the real world title.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's how he showed up in Collision, didn't he? Had a
Yeah.
Yeah.
red velvet bag. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
First episode of Collision. United Center,
Bunch of
baby.
counterfeit bucks.
And what I tell you guys when we were there, the next time we'd see him, he'd be in WWE.
Damn, literally, like that was what
I was saying
June.
that the whole time.
Nostradamus.
It was like five
I was
months
like, he's gonna
later.
quit in like 6 weeks.
Yeah, 5 months, basically like 4 or 5 months later, he shows up at Survivor Series. So yeah, I mean, I think I think he's gonna be honest about it, or he'll just talk about like he just had to leave for his health
Just
and
wasn't happy. That's all I was
just
gonna say.
wasn't
I wasn't
happy.
happy in life.
Yeah, and he came back. So I think that's how they're gonna address that. And I mean, in terms of like the matches that they're gonna put in there, I mean, they definitely have to do some matches when he was in the Straight Edge Society, like maybe against Jeff Hardy. I think that'd be cool to have that replayed. He won the Money in the Bank at WrestleMania, I think twice. I think he might have been like a
Yep.
back-to-back Money in the Bank winner. I think it was 23. Yeah, his first WrestleMania was 23 and then 24. I think, no, was it 24 and 5? It's one of those three back to back. I just
Made
forgot which
5
one.
songs.
But I think they got to put at least one of them in there as a match. And of course, Money in the Bank 2011 versus John Cena. There's no way they wouldn't include that. Are they going to have him wrestle Alberto Del Rio? Or is he going to come in that match and cash in? That's going to be the $1 million question because he was involved in the title picture around that time. Or
He's
Vince
got
McMahon.
they got the rights to him, and then it's like he is a well, he's a very loose AAA wrestler, and I think they're including AAA's roster, so it wouldn't hurt.
That's true. What about like Mr. McMahon though? Like he came out too to be like, all right, Del Rio, come out, go, beat him up, beat him up. Just
They
gonna
say
be
his name more often. I think he'll end up showing up, or they'll do a generic boss
and be yeah, just some guy in a suit.
Isn't he on the
Vaguely
special edition
familiar.
cover, or did I make that up?
Ooh, what?
No, we're joking and saying that that's who he's missing. That's who's missing.
Oh, I thought he was legitimately on the cover because it was like the NWO invasion thing, and I thought McMahon was
Uh,
on there.
you're talking about the Monday Night Wars edition?
Yeah.
Uh, Eric Bischoff's on there, but Vince McMahon isn't on there.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not on the
Dang.
cover. They got Easy
Yeah.
like
86
nothing.
weeks. Make that
Yeah.
87, baby.
He wins again. Yeah, I mean, people said this is like an Attitude Era type remake, but I don't. But they're not. I don't think they're focusing on the Attitude Era. There's just there's a bunch of Attitude Era stars. I don't think there's an Attitude Era mode. They're
Chemistry.
leaning. I think they're just leaning into more of like the Attitude Era type of matches. So they have the Inferno match coming back. They have the I Quit match. They
Ambulance.
and the ambulance, the dumpster match, which I think just basically plays like a buried alive or a coffin match. You
By the
literally have to
dumpster.
shut the lid on the dumpster. I mean, intergender matches.
Turkey
So
gravy.
yeah, I guess there's going to be intergender matches. And I don't think, did they have intergender matches? Like having Rhea Ripley go up against like CM Punk? I don't think so. I don't think they've had that in previous games,
I don't
unless you
think so
hacked
either.
it. Like you could have them as mixed tag, but then like if you tag the other person and then you're forced to go to the ropes to wrestle. So I think if you can actually like power bomb like Stacy Keibler through a Hell in a Cell on two stack tables and thumbtacks as like the Undertaker or Batista.
Bubba Ray, eyes rolling
Yeah,
back.
yeah, the Dudleys. That'd be, I mean, that'd be cool, and maybe that's what they're talking about, leaning into the Attitude Era. Um, so yes, get ready for Rhea Ripley versus Solo Sikoa.
I've been getting nothing but like AI, what I assume to be like AI renders of like WWE 2k26 on Facebook. Like you scrolling up,
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, this game is looking great, and it's like it must be some
I'm
kind
like,
of
you
like
can tell that shit is AI because it just looks like a real image, but they just like put this sheen of like
yeah,
WWE 2K character,
yeah,
you know, and then people are buying it hook, line, and sinker.
bots.
But yeah, I mean, this roster is gigantic, and I mean, they must just be reusing all the models and stuff and just re-uploading it every year, changing a couple of things here and there, because apparently it has over 400 wrestlers on the roster, which is kind of freaking crazy. So, I mean, you're gonna have the Lucha Bros in there. You're
Maybe.
gonna have,
No, just
yeah,
kidding.
like Rusev, Joe Hendry's a pre-order bonus if you pre-order. I'm sure you could probably buy him after the fact, but
Just
Joe
make the
Hendry's in
call.
there. I mean, I think this is a pretty gigantic ass roster. And in terms of like the other thing called the Island, I didn't play 2K25. I don't know if you guys did,
Nope.
but there's a mode called the Island,
Of
and it,
relevancy?
no, no, Chris, not that island. Get your head out of the gutter.
Damn, we
The
talking about
island.
islands at this time.
Yeah,
Terrible.
the island of relevancy.
Oh,
Uh, so I think it's like some kind of crazy, like weird, like jungle gym type thing. Like, like Roman Reigns apparently isn't the tribal chief anymore, and there's like three factions on this island.
Damn,
And
nuke that island, boy.
yeah,
yeah, so
right. It's gone.
yeah, so I guess I'm curious to see how this new version of the island plays. If it's going to be like some kind of like a social hub in a wrestling game.
Man, you just hitting all these marks. Some kind of a gathering place. There's a lot of rich people there.
Yeah.
Some kind of island,
So,
private.
I mean,
The
I'll
island
be
of
excited to
Samoa.
actually play this mode because it looked bananas in 2K25. So I don't know how they modify it for this one. Um, but they had Dominic Mysterio and Penta like walking across tight ropes and shit like that, monkey bars. I don't know what the hell was going on there, but it looked interesting. And they doubled the creative superstar slots. They increased it to 200. I mean, I would never have 200 creator wrestlers, and then image slots to 2,000. I mean, how when you guys played these games before, how important was it for you guys in terms of like a creative suite? Like, was that important to you guys, or you didn't really care?
I mean, I want options. Like, it shouldn't be like super basic, but I feel like, at least for me, if it's just too overwhelming, like where you could customize every little thing, it's just like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
What I'm curious is like if they're gonna incorporate an AI feature or something, like create it to make it look this way or whatever.
you could be Def Rebel, create your own song with AI. Generic wrestler number two entrance theme. Put in a prompt and it just turns into a wrestler. I feel like it might eventually be a mode. AI is in everything, so who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually a feature in the future. And I mean, the Monday Night War like edition, it's like $150, which is pretty freaking crazy, especially because it's like a yearly installment. So I don't think I would be that invested to get that specific edition. Likely, I'll get the regular edition and just yeah,
What's it
play
even
the
come with?
online.
Get the
It
uTorrent edition.
yeah, the uTorrent edition. I mean, it basically has like the battle pass, like their version of the battle pass. So any DLC pack that comes out, you get. You also get to play like maybe a week or two before the official release date. Um, so yeah, I mean a bunch of DLC packs, but they call them season pass tiers. I guess every game now has a season pass. So probably not for me, but do you guys feel like you might get it, or are you gonna wait and see
Definitely gonna be a
until
wait and see for me.
We should all just play it together at your house.
just me get it and then we can just play it?
Have meets.
I'll share.
We'll run offlines and
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could do remote play.
run
That's
the
always a
capture card.
possibility. Yeah, I'll likely get it, but I don't think I'll get
No, I'll
any of
probably get
the
it
extra features
eventually.
and shit. And then I'll let you guys know if the online sucks or not. If it does, then I guess I saved you guys $70. But we can move on to the last segment and story. And honestly, it feels like there have been a lot of arrivals, debuts, people leaving for one promotion to another. And this is kind of a roundup of all the latest returns and people leaving. And I think I want to start with Tommaso Ciampa, who left WWE, and I think it was like what he had a match on SmackDown a week before, and then a week later he shows up on Dynamite in his best Count Dracula cape or whatever you want to call it. He got the little cape on the hood
Psycho
with his
killer,
name.
bro.
Yeah, Psycho Killer. That's interesting. Um, an interesting name, and then also in terms of direction, I mean, talk about hitting the ground running. They already made him TNT or TBS, TNT
TNT.
champion. Yeah, and beat Mark Briscoe, kissed him on the cheek, which was interesting. I don't know what that is, if that's his like signature. Is it like a kiss of death type thing?
Sure,
But
just like a
yeah,
welcome to the big leagues, homie, kiss.
Yeah.
I
Good night.
should have done tongue then. Like, what are we doing here? So yeah, I mean, he confronted Mark Briscoe, won his title in his first match on Collision, and yeah, I mean, Ciampa was in WWE for a decade. Chris, does it feel right seeing him in AEW, or does it feel like now Johnny Gargano is a man without a country in WWE?
No, I think it was the right move because I feel like he would have just been jobbing to like Brock Lesnar or somebody at this point because they didn't have anything for him, and he's definitely a talented wrestler. So I think jumping to AEW guaranteed he had something more for him because like Gargano and Champa, like they tried to like make him solo, and that didn't work. They put him as tag teams again, and that was cool for like a second, and then there was like nothing. So I mean, he saw the writing on the wall, so he's like, "I'm out of here, bitch."
Yeah,
And that was
I
his
mean,
indie gimmick, Psycho Killer.
what?
And he walked out to that song.
Oh yeah. I mean, like they offered him a contract, but he just didn't want to sign it. He just said, "I'm going to go to AEW." So it was his own personal choice to uh, jump ship, and I mean, it paid off because he's champion already. Something that he really wasn't in his main roster career. David, how do you feel about Ciampa jumping ship to AEW?
I think it's good for him. AEW crowd fits him better.
Hmm.
Uh, he's been in WWE for 10 years, so it's like he's at I think it's like he's one of those definitely one of those wrestlers where it's like he's made his money, so just like let him do what he wants.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd say that for him, Matt Cardona, similarly, now
Yeah.
he doesn't have to like really hustle on the indies. He gets a pretty damn good paycheck, gets to work with his wife, tour the world, go back where like wrestle for the company that he clearly still loves. Like he really wanted to be in WWE, I think.
Yeah.
So you know, he's doing pretty well for himself. Um, yeah, good for Ciampa. I mean, we'll see how long he's going to be champion. But I mean, yeah, his presentation was awesome. It's great that they made him a big deal immediately out of the gate, and I'm looking forward to Ciampa just kicking ass and taking names over in AEW. And of course, AEW had their own person jumping ship in the form of uh, Powerhouse Hobbs, now Royce Keys. We talked a little bit about it earlier in our Royal Rumble segment, but he made his debut at the Rumble under Royce Keys. And apparently, there were some reports that suggested that Tony Khan offered him a massive 5-year main event level deal to stay, but he chose to jump ship. So that's an interesting fact. And then, I mean, David, what do you think? WB rebranded him as Royce Keys. Does the name change matter? Like, if they keep his like powerhouse presentation, he's got the look similarly, or do you feel like is I mean, it must be like his decision, right? Because I think the name change was based on his family names, unless they
Yeah.
told him to not be Powerhouse Hobbs anymore.
I I mean, it appears they had the choice because they displayed the name on the screen. They didn't
Hmm.
do that. They didn't do that with Starks. They didn't
That's
do that
true.
with Mariah May.
Yeah, they just came
Yeah.
out. They're like, I'm Blake Monroe. Or they
Right.
didn't even say their name. Or for Ricky Saints, they didn't say his name for a bit. They're
Yeah.
just talking about him in like the
It's
third
him.
person. Or yeah, it's that guy. Who's that guy?
We know who that is.
Yeah, exactly. Basically. And I think at the time I was joking that they were probably working through like trademark issues or some kind of copyright BS, and that's why they were trying to avoid saying his name.
Uh,
But yeah, I mean Royce Keys, I mean it's just a good way to separate yourself from AEW. It makes yourself look like a new person. You don't get the visual baggage of maybe what you were known for in
right.
AEW. And especially for Powerhouse Hobbs, I mean, like he had some success, but I think he felt like there was a lot left to be desired, and he thinks that he can find it in WWE. I mean,
Look at all his
now,
friends
yeah,
there.
yeah, I mean,
It makes sense to bet on yourself.
that's true. I mean, Cody Rhodes did it. Natty's doing it right now.
Punk,
What do you, but CM Punk? I mean,
Fargo,
what do you
Page.
think? What do you think is gonna happen to Hobbs like going forward? Do you think he's going to be on NXT or he's going to be on the main roster? Follow a similar pattern to Blake Monroe and Ricky Saints.
I think he should be straight to the main. Not that the
I
other three
yeah,
shouldn't have, but I think I think he'll fit in the bet like the most right away compared to the others.
I think so too. And I mean, the fact that he was in the Rumble, I mean, Javon Evans was too, but I mean, I think he's basically a main roster person at this point. Sol Ruka was still technically an NXT person, but these are people who they're like clearly saying, yes, you are going to be on Raw or SmackDown. It's just a matter
Yeah,
of which one. Same thing with Obafemi. So I think the fact that they had him, like he could have debuted on NXT like
right.
Blake Monroe, but they had him show up on the biggest PLE, one of the biggest PLEs of the year. I mean, I think he's just going to be straight on the main roster. But I think when it comes to like what he's actually going to do, like where they're going to put him, I'm not sure. I think they will start him with like a mid card title, like the US or the Intercontinental. But what do you think? Where are they going to push him?
I think he will find like a notable mid card feud that might not need a belt.
Brock
Just something
Lesnar.
Like
notable.
like not Randy Orton, but like a Randy Orton like level
Brock Lesnar. I
wrestler.
mean, maybe they put him up against Obafemi.
Right. Or
Two big
Cody.
giant dudes.
Me.
Yeah, I mean that I think that'd be interesting to do like a Cody Rhodes, just have
Punk.
that kind of like AEW in the rear view, kind of
Alumni.
cloud kind of hovering over it, like it's implied in your promos and that kind of stuff. I mean, you people would be lying if they said that that wouldn't be fascinating to just see on a WWE television AEW wrestlers or former AEW wrestlers having a promo.
He wrestled Punk on a Rampage, on an early
Yeah,
Rampage.
yeah. I mean, like I feel like there's a bunch of possibilities. They could, I guess, throw him in a feud with Punk, but I think they're gonna wait. I think they already have plans for WrestleMania set, so I mean, they could always change. Chris, what do you think? What do you want Royce Keys to do? Where do you see him on the roster?
Raw is Royce. or something like
Rolls
that.
Royce. Yeah, why not? I mean, a lot of people
Monday
could
Night
use that.
Royce.
Yeah.
I think he definitely deserves to be on the main roster for sure. He's got the talent. He's got the experience. He's a big dude.
Yeah, I think he's as old as us. Slightly, slightly older by a couple months. I think he was born like earlier 91, but yeah, man. He's had success. He has a lot of experience. So I think just throwing him in the main roster just makes sense. And I feel like they need more guys like him, giant buff dudes on the
Me.
roster.
Me.
Meat, yeah, just meat mania.
I mean, Rusev. I bet Rusev will be his first feud.
That
Yeah, I
makes
mean,
sense.
they
Nice
got
and
to give him
easy.
something. Yeah. Both also former AEW. They
Yeah,
could
they had
kind of
that
dance around
match.
that.
At Wembley.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, they beat
Run
up
it,
Simon Miller.
run it back. Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Bring in Simon Miller too.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see Simon Miller in some form, but maybe they just like him too much to be a media personality talking about them instead of actually working for them under the umbrella. That's my thought, anyway. And of course, this is another shakeup, and she's not going anywhere, at least for now. But Ava departed NXT, and as of January 31st, she confirmed she officially left WWE after her contract expired. And I think she is probably the most successful young general manager in history. I don't think that's embellishing or making stuff up because I mean, say what you will about her. I think that she had a successful on-screen career as a general manager.
And
Um,
she launched them on TV.
yeah, I mean, technically, I'm sure she's obviously just in kayfabe. Yeah, she put him on TV.
No, I mean like in the sense that she was the GM when they
Yeah, when
debuted
they
on
were.
TV. So
Oh yeah, yeah,
she's there forever now.
yeah, and yeah. I mean, I believe her real name is Simone Johnson, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken. So I mean, she leaves the business, the family business at 24, which is crazy that she's only 24 years old. Um, who takes that spot? Who takes the GM role? Do we go back to William Regal? And maybe this will all be moot after it comes out and they explain it on Tuesday. But what do you guys think? Let's pretend we're Nostradamus. Who takes over that role? Or maybe AJ Styles just shows up. He's like, hey guys, Jericho here. I'm the new general manager.
Yeah,
AJ Styles.
maybe
What do you
Jericho
think?
Appreciation Society and he's gonna put Hobbs in it again.
That'd be so funny.
Like
But what
throw
about
Cody
like,
in there.
yeah. Well, let's stick with Ava, and then we could talk about Jericho and AJ
Mark Henry.
Styles. Mark Henry as GM. I mean, why not? Or maybe fucking
They could go back to it's
Bubba Ray.
time
Bubba Ray.
For the
for the
main event.
main. Hey,
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, why not? Just Booker T's there. Have Devon or one of them show up. Bubba Ray be a GM. Just something a little more
anonymous
chaotic.
GM.
Yeah, bring back the anonymous GM for a
Uh,
day. Maybe just do a
Weekly.
rotating thing. Somebody new every time. So yeah, I mean, I think it'll probably be maybe William Regal in the meantime. I think it'd be cool if it was Mark Henry or maybe some Attitude Era guy. Maybe Shawn Michaels just becomes the on-screen person for now. And I don't think he'd be opposed. But yeah, so best of luck to Ava. Great job with everything you've done and what you've said on the internet. Kudos to you. And then we have also Chad Gable, the real or the original El Grande Americano, showed up at the Rumble. Speaking of another return, he had a long-term injury. And I mean, I mean, this is also one where the crowd wasn't as excited either for.
That should have been an erupt. That should have been freaking Stone Cold. That glass
That should have
shattered,
been
bro.
glass shatter pop right
Yeah,
there.
dude.
Like, talk about a missed opportunity. But yeah, I mean, they kind of fell a bit flat. I mean, how do you guys feel about Chad Gable coming back as El Grande Americano instead of Chad Gable?
I mean, the Spider-Man point meme was pretty peak.
I mean, that's got to be the story, right? Like they're just gonna be feuding with each other to WrestleMania.
Yeah, for sure. That's gonna be a Mania 2 or Night 2 match, or maybe Night 1
I mean,
Opens night two.
for the
how do you
mask.
explain? How do you explain? Let's say not Chad Gable because he has a backstory about
Ludwig.
why yeah. How did Ludwig Kaiser get into a luchador mask? Like, why would
He
he do
went to the store. That's all.
that? I mean, I guess you could literally just make up anything,
That'd be
but
awesome writing, right? Like, why'd you do it? Just at the store. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, it was also like Brie Bella, which is another one I guess we can touch on briefly, but yeah, Brie mode. I know people say shit on that theme song, but I think it's fun. Like
Don't put auto tune on our mode so we hit them for the actual release.
in post.
Damn
I
T-Pain in
think
here.
that would be cool. So yeah, I mean, like they said Brie or Dan Bryan said she went out for some soy milk or whatever and ended up in Saudi Arabia for some reason.
They got
I guess
that there.
they didn't have soy milk around the corner convenience store. She had to fly to Saudi Arabia. But yeah, I guess Chad Gable. I think he's just gonna be. It'll be like a mask versus mask at night one or night two of WrestleMania. That seems to make the most sense, unless they put it on like a AAA show, which is possible. But I think that'd be fun to see at a WrestleMania. And of course, like Brie Bella, I think the only reason she came back is because they're gonna probably win the tag titles. Like they put them back together to win the tag titles. Because where else would you see Brie Bella? Do you think she's gonna feud with Nikki again, like heel versus heel? I don't
God,
think
I
so.
hope not. That'll be the day I stop
Women's champ.
watching.
And Nikki Bella she was in the match, wasn't she, or was she not? Am I crazy?
Yeah, she was in there. That twin magic.
Yeah, so like isn't she a heel? Like that was a pretty baby face type of move. So do you think Daniel Bryan's gonna show up in WWE because his wife is now in WWE?
Nah.
No.
Maybe he's the new GM on NXT
Yeah,
since
right.
he's retired. Although I still think he has some stuff in his contract. I mean, he says he really loves AEW and wants to help it grow, so maybe they'll just keep their work life separate and not work
He
together.
he belongs in AEW.
He's an
He does
indie
feel
man.
he does feel like an AEW guy. Like if you say
They
he's an AEW guy, like that's what I would think
I mean,
of.
Ring of Honor is right
they treat
there.
him like royalty, Like
Hmm.
not that WWE did it, but
Yeah, I mean they gave him. I mean he was multi-time world champion and through, of
he's
course, like
even
no fault of his own, had to retire.
yeah, I mean even like Team Hell No, he's top higher up on the card.
Yeah,
It's
he
not
was
like
a
he didn't get
constant.
TV time.
Yeah. So we'll see. I think Brie Bella is just they need more women's tags, and that is like an obvious tag team that existed, and they just had nothing to fight for together. So now that they are in a company that has women's tag titles, I think they're gonna give them the strap at WrestleMania. That just makes the most sense to me. All right, and then we have so AJ Styles. I think I wanted to just briefly touch on it. I don't want to do too much speculation because maybe something will change, but let's assume he is retired after losing to Gunther. at the Rumble. Do you think there's any slight chance that this is like a Mark Henry in his pink jacket situation, doing his Oscar nominated retirement speech? Or what do you think happens with AJ Styles?
It's done. Over.
Does he do anything outside of the ring? Do you think he's still involved in WWE in some form or fashion?
Yeah. I'm sure he'll either report to the Performance Center and be a coach or
He's the new NXT
be a produ
GM.
be a producer. If he doesn't do any of those, I'm sure he'll just relax for a little while and then eventually find his way back in some type of developmental role.
Yeah. Chris, what do you think?
I mean, it could go either way. I'm low key, I guess, hopiuming that he shows up in AEW or at least like a TNA or something like that. But
Hmm.
yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I think he is actually retired. It doesn't really make sense to immediately go back on that when you put your career on the line and then you're just like, just kidding. I'm not retired. So we'll see. I mean, Raw and SmackDown are just around the corner. And then, of course, I think the last thing I want to touch on before we end this episode is Jericho. I mean, because Jericho was a big conversation. People, and of course, like this is also people hyping themselves up and, manifesting this. It's not like there was necessarily any kind of inkling that he was going to show up in a WWE ring, but people were disappointed that he didn't show up at the Rumble. And of course, his image is still on the AEW roster, so people think maybe he's still under contract. How do you feel about Jericho not showing up, and where does he go from here, if anywhere?
Wherever he wants, baby.
Where
See
do
you
you
at the
think he
United
should go?
Center.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he's going to show up at the Chamber.
In the bin.
It just seems to make. I mean, okay. It seems to make the most sense. I'm also creating my own reality here, but purely based on his debut was in Chicago, interrupting The Rock, of course. He had the whole countdown. And yeah, it would make sense that, hey, I'm at the United Center in Chicago. I don't know who he'd interrupt, but like it could be literally anybody or anything. Like they just plopped CM Punk in at the end of Survivor Series. He wasn't in any matches. He just showed up. Theme song hit, trademark, all rights reserved, end show. So could be United Center. If you see his Fozzy tour, it actually ends a week before the Elimination Chamber. He has a UK tour that he's doing in February, and he has nothing that last week in February. So maybe, am I reading tea leaves? Maybe, but I think
Opium.
that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, that's me smoking that good opium. David, and so you said United Center, Chris. You say doesn't matter wherever he wants
To the bin.
to the. You don't want him anywhere.
In an obituary, boy. Nah.
That's that's a promo clip right there. Jesus Christ. Can't talk about Y2J like that.
Rest in peace.
I was seeing him
Nah.
in the face.
They're going against Taker.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what Chris is saying. He's just saying he wants him against the dead man. So nobody, Chris, not something actually realistic, not a vague threat.
I mean, would be cool to see him. I want to hear Judas in WWE. That's the only reason I want him there. Gotta hear Judas.
I think the song is okay, but I still think his original Jericho song is just so much better. I'm sorry.
Gotta
I
be
think it'd be
Judas.
I think it'd be cool to see because it just feels like I'm watching an AEW PLE or show. But I don't know if you come back in WWE, like Break the Walls Down is just so fucking iconic. to just do Judas. I don't know. But that would be cool, I guess. Or maybe do some weird hybrid.
The countdown, but then when the
Countdown into
Judas.
Judas.
Yeah, because I mean, like they're big on these singable theme songs. Like his theme song isn't like singable. It's like, I mean, it's like essentially a rap, but yeah, I would say Judas would be the arena shaker for sure.
Arena rack.
Cock
True.
rock.
I guess we'll see. Well, that's a wrap for this episode of the Shy to Talent Shoot podcast. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, rate us, and leave a feedback. Tune in next time for more wrestling madness. Until then, keep marking out.